All right, good afternoon, traders. Hopefully, everyone is having a good day today. All three market indices up today. Now, before I get into the show, I really do want to thank all my subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Now, if you're not a subscriber and you happen to be watching the show, go ahead and do so. I really do think you're going to get a lot of valuable information from my technical analysis. All right, with that, as you know, we are going to go over the SPY, that is the Spider ETF. We are going to go over the stocks that I had recommended from yesterday, and then I do have one stock that one of our subscribers reached out to me and wanted my opinion on, and then we are going to give you the three stocks that are technically setting up nicely going into tomorrow. All right, guys, with that, let's go right into the SPY. All right. As you know, we had a monster day today, guys. Very, very excited about the day. We had gapped lower, and then we kind of went up here, hit that upper Bollinger Band right there. We closed right under here. Now, either this is what's going to happen, guys. Either this is going to be a double top, and we start selling off, or we're going to continue going higher, right? One of two things. These Bollinger Bands are extremely tight right here, so anything can happen. The key is finding out how these days gap and watch that first 30 minutes of trading. That usually is a good indicator. That's usually a good enough time frame, that first 30 minutes of trading, to let you know how the market's going to react for the rest of the day, right? If we gap lower, we take out that first 30-minute candle, we continue to grind higher, there's a high probability we're going to buy up, any gaps. Now, if we gap lower and it continues selling off, watch out, watch those key levels, be very, very astute, be very cognizant of key levels, and remember, guys, always have enough money. Don't go all in. Always have enough money when there are pullbacks to buy other stocks or other ETFs, other indexes, so that you could buy these dips. Okay, that's very key in trading. Don't put all your money in at one time. Don't have it all in equities or in Bitcoin or whatever you're trading. Okay. All right. With that, that is the spider. Watch these key levels. Again, watch for tomorrow. If we gap and go, guys, great news. We'll take out this 52-week high. If we gap lower and continue going lower, watch that low from a few days ago and see if we retest that. And if we do, we'll have to reassess that situation when we come to it, okay? That is the SPY. All right, so let's go over the three stocks that I had recommended yesterday. The first one was going to be APA. Had a good day today. It was up 66 cents. If you got in, I did say get in after today's high, so you didn't really make that much money because the previous day's high was 673. It closed at 1684. I'm sorry, 1673. Closed today at 1684. So this is the initial time when you're getting into the name, right? So again, keep the 10-day moving average right down here at 1487 as you're out, and just this one should run for you. We're above this value area high, so I can see a continuation of the stock price right here in Apache. All right, the next stock that I had recommended was Teva, TEVA. All right, let's bring that up on the list. This one was up 22 cents, and I did say, again, buy this on the takeout of yesterday's high, and it did go higher. It went a lot higher. It was up to 1146 or so, 1147. It did close lower. We're still up here in this upper Bollinger Band hitting this, so watch out for this tomorrow. Again, just watch these key levels. You're going to have to let this go all the way down to this, I would say, that 10-day moving average. Give this a little bit of room. Give this, all the way down to that 1003 mark. But if you do that, I think we're going to be okay in this name. I think it's going to grind higher going forward. That's TEVA. Last stock that I had recommended from yesterday was FUBO. This one went down 16 cents, but if you did get in at the open, it never took out that previous day's high, so it should be a no buy, right? Because we're always playing the breakouts of the previous day's high. It did not do that. But guys, take a look at this. Look where we're at. We're right here at that 50-day moving average. So this is a situation where you can get in right at the open. You can get this in right at the open since we touched this 50-day moving average. And then if it starts breaking below that 50-day moving average, I would be out of the name. This is one that I have on my watch list for tomorrow, and I'll let you know how I'll play it. I'll watch to see if it gaps up. If it gaps up, great. I will take a small position, and then if it starts taking out that first 30-minute candle, I will add to that position. And then if it starts taking out the previous day's high, which happens to be 2809, I'm sorry, 2819, 2919 rather, I will buy my last tranche of shares in that. Okay, so it's a three-step buy. You buy right at the beginning, buy after that first 30-minute candle if it takes that out, and then you buy after today's high. Okay, that's my game plan. Always have a game plan. What they say is plan your trade and trade your plan. Okay, and that's the key. And then always in this situation, get stopped out right down here at 25.75 should be your out. Okay, that is FUBO. All right, with those three in the books from yesterday and how they set up, I did get into one stock, BYSI, today. Let me bring that up real quickly. All right, so I did get in BYSI. I scaled in today and I continued buying higher. I think my cost average is right around 1220, 1225, right around there. It did close a little below that. It did go up higher. So obviously for tomorrow, I want to see a continuation of how we took out the previous day's high, meaning yesterday, and hopefully we can take out today's high tomorrow, and hopefully we'll start trending higher. But again, I am going to use that 10-day moving average right down there, okay, of 1179 as my out. So any close or any takeout of 1179, I will be out of BYSI. All right, with that, I do want to go over one stock that a friend of mine, he's also a subscriber, Rodney from Las Vegas, he asked me today, he said, what do I think of Apple? Well, Rod, I really do think that, obviously from those highs of 138.79, we went all the way down here to 126.60. In my opinion, I think it's a little too soon to buy Apple. And what I mean by that is I think at some point this 50-day moving average is going to come into play, and I want to buy it when I get to that 50-day moving average. Now, Apple can clearly just chop around here for 3, 4, 5, 6 days, and that moving average will continue to go up as time goes out. So you might even buy it up here. We don't know. But if we see a continuation of a selling, I do think we can get a better price, and that price would be down here at that 50-day moving average. So again, be patient. Obviously, Apple is an incredible name, an incredible stock. So be patient with this one. I think we could find a better price to get into Apple. All right. With that, again, Rodney, I do want to thank you for that question. So lastly, I want to go over the three stocks that look really good going into tomorrow. And one of these I do own, and that is PLL. I've been long since about 25 bucks. Now, again, guys, that breakout of 32, really like that today. It took out, yesterday went above 32. We saw that continuation, but we almost saw this reversal, right? So now what? If you're not in the name, what you need to do, look how it just touched that 10-day moving average right here. So for tomorrow, if it does hold that 10-day moving average, meaning if that first 30-minute candle, you see it holds, it doesn't take that out, wait and see. Then that second 30-minute candle, if it goes above that second 30-minute candle, then I would be a buyer and then use that 10 SMA. Now, conversely, if that first 30-minute candle gets taken out on the downside or today's low gets taken down on the downside, be patient and see if you could buy right down here at that midpoint Bollinger Band right here at 27.61. Now, if that doesn't hold, buy down here at that 50-day moving average of 26.26. So ever since we've taken out that $32 mark, we are in this really, really nice uptrend, in my opinion. That 10 is above the 50, and that 50 is clearly above that 200-day moving average. And I do think this will be bought up on pullbacks. Again, guys, watch those key levels. If I could go, watch that video again, and you'll get those key levels going. I don't want to rehash it and prolong this video more than I have to. Second stock that looks really good going into tomorrow is BlackBerry BB. If you're in this name, this is a blast from the past. This is one that it's had this massive run. I had called this a while back in early November, I believe, and it went, it spiked all the way up to 969. Now we've pulled back. We're in this kind of no man's land right here. We're not too far from that 50-day moving average. I am kind of waiting to see if I could get it a little lower on BB, on BlackBerry. But again, if we start seeing a takeout of today's high tomorrow, I think that risk reward setup is really good. If we can take out that high of today of 691, I would be a buyer, and then clearly use the low of 650 right down here as my out. That's the low of a few days ago right down here. Okay, guys, that is BlackBerry. Be a buyer above today's high. Use 650 as your out. Last stock on the list that looks really good going into tomorrow is another one that I do own. It's TLRY, TLRY. Well, again, I now the reason why I bring this up is I don't want you to buy this tomorrow. I don't want you to buy this, give this a few days. I mean, if I was selfish, I'd say, yeah, go ahead and buy it. I'm in it. I'm not that type. I want you to guys to get better trade location. I think this can be an investment for the long term, for the very long term. I'm meaning for the next year or even longer. Okay, so buy this on pullbacks. As you can see, we are above this Bollinger Band, this high Bollinger Band right here. We're in such a high overbought situation. We are outside this band, and it should retrace a little bit. But you know what? I'm in from such a lower price. I don't want to sell it. I don't want to trade this. I'm going to hold it. But I do want to give the stock out to you. Clearly with the Senate going blue, with Georgia going blue yesterday, there's a high probability, it's not guaranteed, but there's a high probability that marijuana is going to be federally legalized some point this year. And this is the name you want to be in. Okay, guys? This is probably the best company, the best in class after that merger with Afria. So, be a buyer of this on pullbacks. Again, if you can get it at key levels when this 10 SMA meets at some point, could be all the way down here, at 940, 950, be a buyer. I think you're going to be highly rewarded on this one. As you can see, we did break out of this value area high, and I really think this is going to run for the next year or so, or even longer. Okay, that is TLRY. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. My name is Eric, and if you have any questions, please feel free to just leave a comment down below, and I'll make sure to get right back to you with any questions you may have. Now, if you're watching the show again and you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and do so. I really do think this is the best 10 minutes you're going to find as far as trading, as far as technical analysis, how to get in, why we're getting in, why you're getting out, and on top of that, if you have any questions, I'm going to be right there to answer them for you. So please be a subscriber. I really do appreciate it. And remember, guys, we will see you tomorrow after the close. And trade smart and be safe.